Hello, fellow historians. Welcome back to another Driving and the News. It is 4 in the morning, June 6th, 2024. We are recording history with these videos. So please check them out, and you can listen to a snippet of 1010 Wins as I drive to work. But today I'm not driving to work. I'm on my way to London. And no, I'm not driving to London, obviously. We're going to go to my son's house and then go to the airport.
Just a spotty shower through the morning hours today. Then we'll have to watch for another heavy gusty thunderstorm later this afternoon.
And we will, of course, be tracking it all for you here on 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. So check back frequently or just leave us on all day. Leave us on the app, on your phone. Your boss won't mind. It's official. Governor Hochul putting the brakes on congestion pricing for now. Some have been speculating the move is a political calculation. The governor explains her reasoning.
At a time when inflation is still cutting into New Yorkers' hard-earned wages, the concern is that many would do exactly that, or that one more added cost would make residents rethink living or working here altogether, hurting our recovery even more.
The plan to toll all entering Manhattan below 60th Street had been years in the making. Members of the MTA say they weren't even briefed before the sudden announcement.
MTA board member Andrew Allen.
We're driving from Paterson, New Jersey to Montville, which is over by Boonton.
Betrayal for millions of commuters.
New signals, new cars for the subways, the commuter rail, extension of the 2nd Avenue line. All of this is just on hold.
Governor Hochul said the decision was difficult, but hard-working New Yorkers are getting hammered on costs. And they and the economic vitality of our city must be protected.
Hochul said she would work with state and city lawmakers to achieve the objectives of congestion pricing without overburdening commuters. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
And for the many groups pushing for the tolling plan,
Advocacy groups like Riders Alliance and Transportation Alternatives are furious by the developments here. Elizabeth Adams with Transportation Alternatives.
Congestion pricing has been in the works for years. The program is set up, it is ready to go, and millions of New Yorkers are counting on these transit upgrades to their subway and their bus commutes. And while the governor is playing last-minute politics, real people's lives are going to be affected by this decision.
But for those who filed suit to try to stop congestion pricing, including Fort Lee and their mayor Mark Sokolich, he says they're elated.
The MTA, by its own admission, indicated that those towns that are most environmentally sensitive, which would include the borough of Fort Lee, could see impacts of traffic of increases of upwards of 20%. Glenn, we can't put another car here.
Glenn Schuck, 1010 Wins, 92.3 FM.
and others, including Donald Trump, had been slamming the plan, something he could have used on the campaign trail against Democrats. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo had been against the timing of the plan. Many political leaders in Jersey applauding the reversal, including Congressman Josh Gottheimer, saying after a 5-year fight, New York appears to have done right by hard-working Jersey families. Governor Murphy thanking Governor Hochul in a statement, and Mayor Adams says he's backing the governor's decision. You've probably seen them around, people riding on scooters and e-bikes, riding on the sidewalks, going the wrong way, wreaking havoc. The city and NYPD now out with plans to continue wiping the streets clean of these vehicles.
This year, more than 13,000 of those illegal vehicles have been taken off the streets. Mayor Adams says they're unregistered and many are being used in violent crimes, like the shooting of 2 NYPD officers this week.
An individual riding a moped down the wrong way. After a foot pursuit, we were able to take a firearm away from him, but not before he shot 2 officers.
The NYPD will redeploy its critical response team and focus on checkpoints at bridges and tunnels. The mayor says part of the solution is to legalize and regulate.
I believe that these are vehicles, and we should treat them as such.
Mac Rosenberg, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Police sources say a 30-year-old Queens woman is in custody, being questioned in the stabbing death of her 70-year-old father, Peter Kavik. He was found dead with multiple stab wounds Wednesday morning inside a bedroom at a home on 109th Ave in South Ozone Park. Neighbors call the victim, known as Pete, a nice guy, a workaholic, a retired MTA bus driver who spent his life savings on the daughter who allegedly took his life. Police say charges are pending as the investigation continues. The FDNY's Medal Day ceremony at City Hall Wednesday, honoring bravery and heroism.
The bagpipe
Fireworks greeted the honorees as Captain Andrew Brown described the acts of bravery. Firefighter Brendan Gaffney in Inwood battling through smoke and fire caused by an exploding lithium-ion battery.
Firefighter Gaffney reached the rear bedroom where victims were trapped and using a door as a shield.
One of those rescued, a pregnant woman. Last summer in the Rockaways, Brendan Burns answered a call.
EMT Burns, a former lifeguard, entered the water with a rescue torpedo and swam toward the two swimmers who were struggling to stay afloat.
They were brought to shore and treated for exhaustion. A proud day for these first responders and their families. Juliet Papa, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
We go to Hunter Biden's trial in Delaware, where prosecutors are putting witnesses on the stand to show that he had a drug problem during the period he purchased a gun back in 2018.
Hunter Biden's ex-wife was a witness for federal prosecutors during the third day of his criminal trial in Delaware. Kathleen Buell testified about Hunter Biden's former drug use and how she found drug paraphernalia in their home. First Lady Jill Biden was in a courtroom again Wednesday. Hunter Biden's defense team focused on the timeline of his addiction. Prosecutors could rest their case as early as Thursday. Hunter Biden faces up to 25 years in prison if convicted.
Correspondent Erica Brown. Hunter Biden also faces a trial scheduled for September on felony charges alleging he failed to pay at least $1.4 million in taxes over 4 years. DA Alvin Bragg is opposing a bid by Donald Trump's lawyers to lift a gag order in his hush money case. The DA asking Judge Juan Merchan to keep the gag order on Trump in place at least through the sentencing hearing on July 11th and the resolution of any post-trial motions. Trump was fined $10,000 during the trial for violating the gag order, barring him from making or directing others to make public statements about witnesses in the case, prosecutors, court staff, jurors, potential jurors, as well as members of Merchan's family and members of the family of DA Alvin Bragg. Meanwhile, a Georgia appeals court is temporarily halting Trump's 2020 election case in Fulton County while it reviews a trial judge's ruling that allowed Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis to continue prosecuting the case. Winds News Time 409, traffic and AccuWeather next on 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM.
Have you been injured? I handle all types of personal injury cases. My compassion for clients embodies my personal injury practice. I am Mikhail Yadgurov, personal injury attorney. Have you been in a car accident, hurt on the job, had a slip, trip, or fall accident? Maybe a medical malpractice situation. The attorneys at my firm, Mikhail Yadgurov and Associates, understand personal injury law. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812. The results from your case is how I keep my practice open. I know each of my clients by name and have a pulse on each case. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812. I am Mikhail Yadgurov, personal injury attorney. I deliver honesty while evaluating your personal injury case, which turns into trust, and I deliver clear communication, which equals high rewards. Take action. Call me 718-333-0812.
Do you have bad credit but need a new car? Do you have trouble getting a car loan for any reason? Call Credit Solutions, a division of Hudson Hyundai. It's easy to apply right over the phone. No matter your credit pass, they can help. Call 800-951-4221. That's 800-951-4221. You can drive a new Hyundai with just $68 down. Like a Hyundai Tucson, only $68 down. An all-new redesigned Kona, just $68 down. Even an all-new redesigned Santa Fe, only $68 down. Drive home today. Call 800-951-4221. That's 800-951-4221. Choose from their huge selection of over 500 cars and SUVs available. And all new Hyundais come with Hyundai Assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Call Credit Solutions for a pre-approval today. 800-951-4221. That's 800-951.
So it's a rainy day here. It's Thursday. I'm not sure when this video was uploaded to you, but it's being recorded on June 6th. On my way to my son's house to go to the airport to go to London.
Taken out there as a result of this crash. Slow go getting around this scene, and it's raining too, so keep that in mind as you head out the door. And if you're using the Van Wyck Expressway, yeah, they're working in there like they always are in the overnights. And this morning, looks like, let's see, northbound there continues to be only the left lane open, southbound, only the right lane gets by. In the Bronx, that accident scene we've had all morning long on the cross Bronx.
I don't know, but do the guys sound tired on the radio?
We're being close to the westbound Cross Bronx at 3rd Avenue. Exit 3 is shut down, but the main highway, all the travel lanes have finally been reopened. It was about a 5-hour closure there, or at least multiple lanes blocked for hours and hours. Okay, enough traffic history. Here's what you need to know.
1 in 10 have no idea they are infected with HIV. My foundation is bringing HIV testing and care to underserved and vulnerable communities who have been left behind because of stigma and discrimination. Since it began, the foundation has helped reach over 100 million people at risk of and affected by AIDS. If you share my vision of a world where everyone is treated with love, respect, and dignity, join me. Learn more about the Rocket Fund at eltonjohnaidsfoundation.org. Follow us at EJAF on Instagram. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Steve Harris, founder of Harris Law. When Tina went to her storage unit, she slipped on a puddle and broke her hip. We got her $800,000. I'll tell you how right after this.
Have you been the victim of negligence or malpractice? Harris Law, New York's premier injury law firm, is a tough, dedicated legal team that will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call 212-593-7600 or visit harrislawnyc.com.
Tina's storage unit had an air conditioner that leaked from condensation. Although technicians made 3 service calls, maintenance records showed that each visit lasted less than 10 minutes. Since the condensation didn't start until after they left, the issue was never resolved. That's how we proved negligence, and that's how we got Tina $800,000.
Call Harris Law today, 212-593-7600 or harrislawnyc.com. The consultation is free. The compensation could be millions.
Wednesday's time 4:16. Russian President Vladimir Putin warning Germany Wednesday that the use of its weapons by Ukraine to strike targets inside Russia would mark a, quote, dangerous step. And Moscow could in turn provide long-range weapons to others to strike Western targets, saying such action by the West will further undermine international security and could lead to very serious problems. In a provocative move, Germany joined the U.S. recently in authorizing Ukraine to hit some targets on Russian soil with the long-range weapons they are supplying to Kyiv. The deliveries of German tanks to Ukraine came as a shock to many in Russia. Lebanese forces captured a gunman who opened fire outside the U.S. Embassy in Beirut.
In broad daylight, just outside the heavily secured U.S. Embassy, a gunman armed with an automatic weapon. The sound of gunfire ripping through the neighborhood. Horrified onlookers shouting, "Bring someone to help! Where is the security?" Minutes later, the suspected gunman shot and arrested by Lebanese army soldiers, but expected to survive. Authorities say he is a Syrian national, and written across his ammunition vest, the word ISIS.
Martha Raddatz reporting. Switching gears here, Grammy-nominated Irish rocker Hozier makes history. Kicking off a sold-out 4-run show Tuesday night at historic Forest Hill Stadium, with a spokesperson for the stadium saying the string of shows represents the first time in the venue's 101 years that a single artist has sold out a run of that length in Queens. Hozier, whose full name is Andrew John Hozier Byrne, is in the midst of an international tour in support of his 3rd studio album, Unreal Unearthed. The singer-songwriter's last show is at the stadium tonight. Wednesday's time 4:17.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-700-6898. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-700-6898. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-700-6898, 800-700-6898, or biglou.com.
Eric Comfort Shoes' 80th anniversary and summer sale is happening now.
All summer shoes, sandals, and sneakers up to 40% off. All sizes and widths available. Sizes from 4 to 18, medium, wide, and extra wide. All major brands on sale this week, including all SAS, Era, Mephisto, Clarks, New Balance, and Samuel Hubbard shoes, sandals, and sneakers, $20 off each pair. All evening and wedding shoes, $25 off. Please visit their flagship store at 426 Hillside Avenue, Williston Park, Long Island, or visit EricComfortShoes.com. That's EricComfortShoes.com for free shipping and discount coupons. Don't miss Eric Comfort Shoes' incredible 80th anniversary and summer sale by visiting EricComfortShoes.com. That's EricComfortShoes.com. Remember, life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes. Eric Comfort Shoes.
How do you provide 50,000 meals to New Yorkers in need? By joining 1010 Wins, CBS FM, and City Harvest. Please text MEALS to 20357 and you'll receive a link back to donate.
All news, all the time. This is 1010 Wins at 92.3 FM. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Good morning, 68 degrees, cloudy skies at 4:20 on this Thursday, June 6th. I'm Monique Coppola. Here's what's happening. Some are relieved and others are angry over Governor Hochul's announcement to halt the congestion pricing plan. 17 members of the alleged Gambino crime family on Staten Island arrested in a $22 million illegal gambling ring. The FAA wants fewer planes flying into our area. We'll tell you why. A person in Mexico has died from a bird flu variant. The victim had no history of exposure to poultry or other animals. Senate Republicans blocked legislation Wednesday that would enshrine a federal right to access contraception. President Biden weighing in on that. In sports, the Mets win against the Nationals. The Yanks beat the Twins. AccuWeather says humid this morning. Showers, a couple of heavy thunderstorms around do allow extra time for your morning commute. Low 68 in the city later today. Clouds with breaks of sun and a heavy gusty thunderstorm around in the afternoon. High 81. Wins News Time 421, traffic and transit with Jeff Jensen.
If this is your morning commute, well, you have some slowdowns here on the LIE in Queens. There's apparently, well, there's some westbound construction first by the Cross Island Parkway. I didn't see that, but I do see this accident scene by Casino Boulevard continuing to block the right lane and part of the center lane. Roads are wet this morning, so you want to be aware of that. And indeed, that roadwork is there on the LIE by Cross Island, but you know, it looks like they just cleared it seconds ago, so we're better there. The Grand Central moves well on Long Island. The LIE, Northern State, and Southern, the big three are all doing okay. The problem in Westchester we had, it's in the past on the New England Thruway there, so everything's good through Westchester County. The Hutch is moving well, and it looks like most of the roadwork in Connecticut has been picked up. Things are pretty quiet there at this point. The Merritt is moving well. And here's what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. Holland Tunnel is good into the city, closed outbound for the overnight. No delay the way to Lincoln or the George Washington Bridge. No work at the GWB. They cleared it. The overnight work is all done there. I'm Jeff Jensen. Our next report, 431, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Governor Kathy Hochul orders an indefinite halt to the city's congestion pricing plan, which would have levied tolls on vehicles entering below 60th Street starting June 30th. The governor, in a pre-recorded statement, saying there could be unintended consequences implementing the plan, citing the city's fragile economic recovery from the pandemic. New York lawmakers approved the plan in 2019 to provide funding to improve mass transit by using tolls to manage traffic. Some plan supporters are angry. A Siena poll released in April showed 63% of New Yorkers statewide opposed congestion pricing and just 25% supported it. Reaction to the governor's announcement is coming in from all sides, including the MTA board, who worked on the plan for a year since its approval.
The Easy Pass readers were put up, the tolling structure finalized. Longtime MTA board member Andrew Albert said he was shocked.
So many improvements. We're riding on this funding our capital program, not to mention the agreement with accessibility advocates to make 95% of the 472 stations accessible by the year 2055.
The governor was a staunch supporter of congestion pricing, but said now is not the time as New York continues to recover from the pandemic.
I cannot add another burden for working and middle-class New Yorkers or create another obstacle to our continued recovery.
Hochul said she would work on finding funding streams for the MTA that won't overburden commuters. Marla Diamond, 1010 Wins on 92.3 FM.
Mayor Adams on CBS 2 says he supports the governor's decision to reassess the plan, reiterating congestion pricing was not his decision.
The state must deliberate on and come to a determination. Many people thought the decision of congestion pricing was a decision that came out of City Hall, and it was not. It was an initiative that was passed by the state, started with the former governor, and made its way down here.
The mayor saying the plan would be a major shift for our city and has to be done correctly. Political leaders, many who've been against the plan from the get-go, applauding the governor's decision to put it on hold, including
how to remove firearm safety devices. Videos showing homemade guns, automatic weapons, and certain firearm accessories like silencers will be restricted to users 18 and older. Last year, researchers found YouTube was automatically recommending graphic videos of gun violence to young users, despite the platform's own rules which ban gory content. Critics say the new rules won't mean much if they're not effectively enforced by YouTube. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Bloomberg Money Watch coming up next.
Abide Barre here, immigration attorney. My firm, Barre Law, is located in Manhattan and specializes in all aspects of immigration law. The Biden administration has been very lenient towards immigrants. Please realize with the elections coming up this year, the current administration may not be reelected.